Hey, it's Deepak, and I'm back in Hate Plus. And there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 recently extracted. In terms of unread, it's quite a bit more. Oh, what? I don't know why that happened. I wanted to scroll. Wow. It doesn't want me to scroll. So I guess I won't. Please talk to me from Mimi. He got engaged to a woman? Good for him, he's responsible. Dear Sungbok, I know that you think I'm an error untranslatable, but please, just hear me out. If I have to beg, I beg. But just, please, after all the good times we shared together, I think I deserve to be heard out. I wish you could understand she's just a woman, but I'm sorry, you're absolutely right. I was wrong not to tell you about the engagement sooner. But what was I supposed to do about it? I didn't have any effective choice in the matter. It's about money, Sungbok. I promise, it's only about money. Getting on by gambling can only get you so far, and with all the morality crackdowns as of late, it's not sustainable. It's really cruel to her. I bet she didn't want to either. What, do you seriously believe that? You think helping her is bad? How can you say that? You should know that as well as anyone working in security. If it was just me that was poor, it would be fine, but my family, well, we needed the dowry. And yes, we're gonna have a child together, but only for the money. It's just for the motherhood credit. Do you think I'm really the sort of person who would be married to a woman? Besides, she needs it too. I don't love her, and never will, because she's not my cute security boy. I'm just taking pity on a poor woman whose family can't afford to support her anymore, and please, honestly, you've seen what she looks like. If I don't take her in, who would? He's a commoner, but he's got the heart of a gentleman for sure. Jeez, Yune, show him some respect. It's admirable. This guy is being a dick. Not a gentleman at all. She's no threat to you. I realize intent isn't what's important, so still, I'm sorry that I've managed to hurt you like I have. I was thoughtless to not consider your feelings. But it doesn't mean we still can't be together, if you can forgive me. I've always tried to be very cool when I was with you, but I just can't do it now. You mean so much to me. My life is so much better with you in it. I know I'm married to a woman now, but the only space in my bed and my heart is for you, cute boy. Cute boy is, I'm assuming, this one. Let's smile. Please forgive me. Please, 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 please. I'm just so sorry to have hurt you, and I just want to make it right. If I have to suffer, then fine. I deserve it. I know you're hurting too, and I just want to make it right. Love, painfully, Mimi. Yeah. She's depressed about that, and she's happy. Don't know why. Okay, I'm going to return to index and go back to unread, so I can actually see. Oh, so there's only 3 left. After all these. I think I'm just going to extract them now. Because I might as well, you know. Ooh, 1% power after extraction. But now everything's extracted, which is good. Okay. Unread. Suicide note by Omisun. No. Fuck. To my big sister, I'll always love you more than anything. Sorry about the trouble. I hope your life gets better with the useless parts of it cut out. You deserve to be happy. Huh. Maid Interrogation. Did you see the picture of the maid? She's cute. Jeez, Yune. Yep. A transcript fragment from a conversation held with the private maid of Yuna's household. I guess, Counselor Mute, my lady. I'm kinda glad someone's asking about my mistress. I haven't talked to anyone about this before. You know, it's just wouldn't be right and all that, but I've really been kinda worried about her. She's been kinda, I don't know, unstable. Interjection from Joseon. Unstable how? Has her routine been different recently? No, I guess unstable is the wrong word then. More like unhinged. She keeps the same schedule and all working late. Well, just between us, most of the time she spends working is actually spent off with Chief Counselor Ryu. They've had a running affair for years now. Don't tell her I told you this, alright? She made me swear to keep it a secret. I wouldn't be telling you if, well, you know. But yeah, unhinged in a really weird way. Like, I'm not wearing this bland dress because I want to, it's because she dressed me up like this. I'm just saying, I wouldn't mind interrogating her. What does that even mean? Yeah, that's a thing she does. No. Not in that way, just in a totally innocent way. It's weird. Like, when I first worked for her, she was really insistent that I wear, I guess the idea was like traditional clothing. It was supposed to be more modest or something to fit the style she likes. Funny how she never complained about her little sister dressing immodestly. Just me. Well, whatever. Anyway, this is supposed to be morning attire, and there's a huge long lecture about how it's the traditional, proper, I guess, thing to do when someone close to you dies. Wait, was morning attire not usual? Oh, morning attire is really boring. And you know, Misun, her little sister, was my mistress too, and she was the one who spent all day at home, so I knew her pretty well, so I figure it's fair enough. Show some respect, Yune. Queen Yuna's sister was dead. Sorry. An rejection from Joseon. How was she unhinged then? Oh, well, it's been ever since her little sister passed. It's been so quiet around the house without her. Well, as for my mistress, I don't know. She's just been kind of, well, she's had really weird relationship with her little sister. What is that noise? Not that siren again. I never know what it's for. It's none of my business, you know? I didn't want to pry. I just made sure their bed was kept nice and tidy each morning, minded my own business, and send the salary I get paid to mind my own business back home to my own family. Honestly. Their bed? Yeah, they shared a bed. Sorry about the noise, guys. I just can't do anything about it. I was getting to what unhinged is. It's like the other day she wanted me to make tea for her. No, making tea is not the unhinged part. I'm getting to it. After I poured it for her, she just suddenly insisted that I have some myself, which I always do anyway, but not like together with her, which is what she wanted this time. That's weird, right? Yeah, I don't remember anyone drinking tea with servants either. Of course not, that would be weird. Well, I guess artificial women don't drink tea. What do you think, though? So young interjects to confirm. It is weird. See, I thought it was weird, but I'm not really going to argue. She's my mistress, so I pour for myself. And then she gets me to sit down right next to her. I was practically on her lap, at which point she just tells me about her day. I thought it was leading somewhere, but to some sort of point, but no, she just went on about what she had done and what meetings she'd been in and how she felt about them and all that. That's a little bit, I didn't know what the hell to make of it. Then she got to, and I realized I'd forgotten to bring the lunch her little sister made for me, so I had to. And so on. I never would have imagined you and I being like that. At which point she started to cry. There was a good whole minute of sitting there uncomfortably, You know, what the heck do you do in that context? Thankfully, then she excused me and I got out of there as fast as I could. I don't know what she did after that. Yes, cried a lot, probably. That's just one example. Another time she wanted me to warm up her bed for her because she was staying out late. I don't know, jeez. Don't ask questions like that, I don't know, no. No, I didn't do that. My point is just, she's been really unhinged since her little sister passed, and that's all. I don't really know how to feel about her anymore. Yeah, that was a weird relationship they had. I Will Be His Bride is next. Kim So-yi has 2, so it goes Oyuna 2, Kim So-yi 2, Park Jin-sung. I don't know who that is. Hyo So-young. 2 more of those. Okay. I Will Be... Oh, no, I'm sorry. I Will Be His Bride. Now I just feel bad. Dear little sister Misun, I spent the night with Ryu again. I know you never liked me doing that, but I would have rather spent the night with you instead if I could have. And that's being perfectly honest. I miss you deeply. When I said I dreamed of being absolved of my responsibilities, I didn't mean you. I didn't mean like what you did. I would have taken care of you. I always would have taken care of you, no matter what. You're my little sister. It's every other responsibility that wears me down. It is the fate of the Magunghwa sitting on my shoulders that I just can't bear. The tedium of keeping up his back. Appearances for the sake of people who don't understand. Then that awful reactionary security AI mute. Her zeal to protect the establishment could well cause the downfall of what she thinks she's protecting. You were a friend of mine, she told me. What a brazen lie. I'm sorry. And I'm just tired. I'm so tired. Last night I slipped. I screwed up. Even monkeys fall from trees, I suppose. I was just so desperately starved for contact when he was there for me, and I didn't have the willpower to turn him down this time. I just felt like this time I didn't want to be the one in control. I don't want pity. This is just... I wanted to let him do whatever he pleased and let him do the worrying. That's worrying. I'm just so tired of it. I'm just so tired. So this time when he started to kiss me, when his hands started to wander, I didn't resist. Well, I understand that feeling. Oh, of course you would. I just sat there on his lap as he undressed me, murmuring enough every so often to encourage him. I won't lie, feeling his strong hands on my naked body, his clumsy grubs of my chest felt so good. It's not even the physical sensation, it's the feeling of being wanted, the feeling of being appreciated. For me to just sit there and be exposed, to not defend myself, to be desired instead of misunderstood, it felt perfect. No, please, it's okay. You can also tell me what it's like to have sex with my superior. Like, I'd love to hear that. Sorry, I won't say anything. All I had to worry about was him, and it was perfect. The sex itself, after 6 years of anticipation, was clumsy and inept. I had to fake my own orgasm, and I discreetly got myself off while I knelt in front of him. I said I'm sorry. But still, clumsy as it was, to have him inside of me was everything I dreamed it would be. I would even go so far as to say that it made me feel like a proper woman. In that moment, I was able to forget about everything, and was able to live again, to live in a world that had nothing but him in it. That made me feel the closest thing to good inside since you left. With that, I lost the power I held over him by believing me to be a virgin, and I don't know how much longer I will be valuable in his eyes. It will almost certainly be mere months before the novelty of being able to have sex with me wears off and I become used goods to him. But to be perfectly honest, I feel a little bit relieved. Sorry? To have given that up. I know what it felt like to be truly powerless in his arms when we finally fell asleep that night. In the morning, we discussed and agreed that now, since Mute had discovered our relationship anyway, there's no point in remaining a secret. He promised to announce me publicly as his fiancé today. In fact, that announcement is what I'm waiting on right now. I always thought I would be nervous when this moment happened, but instead I don't feel anything. It seems like things will finally come to a head, and society will be saved. It feels as if the end is finally in sight, and yet only one single thought comes across my mind. I wish I was spending this moment by your side. I can't parse this. With love and apologies, Big Sister Yuna. And then Yuna is next again. I probably will get through this one, and maybe then moving in. We'll see, because I don't know if they're going to talk or not. Dear little Sister Misun, it seems like things are finally coming to a head now. Security officers came by my home today. Thankfully, I've been staying in one of Ryu's apartments ever since he announced our betrothal, because he received word from someone loyal that Mute was planning to make a move against us. Furthermore, that someone only found out about it through the former counselor Oh Jong-woo, which is to say my own father knew of it and said nothing. My father, who I took on the position of university president for, thanklessly, suffered so much for the sake of the family. I can't believe this betrayal. My own father. No photo. Okay. I've never been more sure of our society's absolute debasement until now. To imagine a father hanging out his own daughter to dry. Have the bonds of family truly gotten this weak? A self-righteous bitch, then why did you ever re-enable me? I'm sorry, Mute. Something big is going to happen soon, according to the information Rya's been receiving. Mute has always been the worst kind of person. A self-righteous bitch, as much as he stands in defense of conservatism, of our debased society. I never thought she could be so bold to actually make a move against the ruler of our ship. We have to make a stand here. It looks like this is no longer the point where subtle manipulation will no longer suffice. We must make a stand in the face of so much betrayal. It hurts so much that it's come to this, when all we've ever had is the ship's best interests at heart. Is that it? Was it that barbaric society that made her like this? I'm so tired of it all. I'm so tired of being unappreciated. I just don't understand how they can't see that this ship we live in has gotten to be so rotten. To think of the status quo that let you die, that entrusted you to someone like me instead of a real father, instead of a strong husband who could take care of you. How could anyone defend such a cruel society? How can anyone defend that? How can anyone find that just? Things have gotten so much better in the past 6 years. People are marrying more, women are more and more seeking the right priorities, men are learning virtue and filiality in school. Yet despite all this slow progress, people still stand against us. They clearly will not see reason. Mute, her own Kyo family. Sorry. I'm tired. Of mindless security officers, even my own father. Why? As much as it hurts me to write them all off as lost causes, what other option is there? Tonight, my first night living under the protection of my fiancé. I'm going to do the only thing I can do when he returns home. I will serve him tea and softly tell him that we have to make a stand against the people who destroy all we've worked for. The only pragmatic solution is that heads would have to roll. Okay. If even a member of the council is enacting a threat of violence, subtlety won't work anymore. We need a new society. A new dynasty where we will make a firm stand for what's right. That's what I'll tell him. Softly, of course. When it comes down to it, I guess I'm finally going to see through what we all started optimistically all those years ago. But I'm not excited nor nervous, nor glad nor relieved. I'm just so tired of it all. Tired of all the wrongs. I don't feel any anticipation for it anymore. All I feel now is that I want to make things right. I want to make a society that would have protected you. I want to make a society that would have given you what you deserved. I wanted to make a society that would have given you something better than me. I can't tell you how much I wished you were here. I hope you'd be proud of me, and it hurts so very much that I'll never hear you say it. I never would have thought she was thinking of her little sister the whole time. I don't know if it makes it okay, I don't. With love and sorrow, big sister Yuna. Looks like they don't want to talk. So, I don't know if I have time to... I'll try it. She's really not doing okay. Room status, I give up. I quit. The act of cleaning is a futile gesture against a human-generated form of entropy, and entropy invariably wins in the end. My attempts to make order out of chaos have been futile. I give up. Moving in has been complicated. Not that it was a very long process. We only have 2 rooms now, and they're not very big. I wish we had moved in with my parents instead. If only we had swallowed our pride sooner. But instead, my sister beat me to it, so now I'm stuck living with my in-laws in their garishly decorated home. I do not wish to mention it to my husband because I appreciate the economic circumstances that necessitated our move. I do not wish to seem ungrateful for the support they are providing by renting us the space, but I do not like my in-laws at all. My mother and father-in-law are old enough to be my grandparents, which is fine. However, I find them not to be friendly. They are not rude. They simply do not speak to me, ever. My brother-in-law seems friendly and very spirited, but to me he never says anything and immediately excuses himself from any conversation I attempt to start. Harsh. It's good of them, though. Why? I believe they are afraid of me. I do not understand why, and I wish I knew what it was that I have done to inspire such feelings in them. I find it very hurtful to be surrounded by people, but have them willfully ignore me for reasons unknown. I will stay in the bedroom as much as possible as a result. Why would people be afraid to talk to her? I don't understand. What? Just look at her. Of course they're afraid of that poor, fragile, obsessed woman. We have a computer screen next to our bed anyway, so it's sufficient enough for me to work from. If I bury myself in work, I can ignore those feelings. Thankfully, work continues at a good pace again. It took much longer than anticipated, but I was finally able to use my old professor's equipment at Maganghwa University to perform tests on the pale brat's blood. The results are unsurprising, and the proof is unequivocal. Ambient radiation on the Maganghwa is truly much higher than the standard baseline. The current levels are not normal, and with minimal massaging of the data, a linear direct correlation with birth rates and ambient radiation extrapolated from current levels in the pale brat's blood can be demonstrated. What she's discovering is shocking, but she needs to learn to prioritize. There's no doubt our society is being killed slowly by infertility caused by increased radiation levels. When my report is complete, I will certainly be able to present it, and I have no doubt that it will be taken seriously. I merely have to get through this, finish all this work, and finally, I will be able to get my life back on track. And that's it. Okay. And I guess they don't want to talk, which is weird. They normally talk after like 4, and now it's 5. So, I have 6 left, I think. 7 left. So, we are very close to the end. I'll probably be 2 more of Hate Plus. And if you guys do want me to do other endings, just comment, tell me that. And yeah, comment on the YouTube video or on my Twitter, either one's fine. So yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.